Hey everyone, welcome. Um, so we got someone that's being sued. Ouch, that must really hurt. So when I heard about it, some of the screenshots that were sent didn't have everything on it. So I really had to look and read everything. And boy, was it earful. So so I've been reading the comments today off and on, and some people are really, really confused. All right. Some people are getting their law degrees out of a Cracker Jack box. I'm serious. Now, I'll admit I'm no lawyer, but at least I can look something up and read it, and at least understand the gist of it. All right. Now, do I know more than a member of the bar? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And for some of these people to sit there and say, "Oh, I know more than a lawyer that graduated from law school," is utterly laughable. All right, it's utterly laughable. So some of the comments that I've been hearing about were, "Oh, yesterday Jamie violated that order on him." No, sorry. Giving his own opinion on a case is not violating the order. All right. Now, if he mentioned her name and started screaming at her, perhaps, but no, just giving her his opinion on a lawsuit is not violating the order. Okay. So you haters can sit there and dream away. Okay. Not happening. So let's move on to the next piece of puzzle here. So the number one misconception about this whole thing going on here is that this RICO suit is in federal court. No. It's in Supreme Court of Pennsylvania. Civil court. So not only is it in state court, it's in civil court. All right. So I had the papers right here. Okay. So it says complaint in equity is checked. And then we have two defendants. One's barbecue lady. One's the street rat. Okay. And the next on the page, next thing on the page I see, all right, is it's like a Miranda notice. Okay. So they're saying you are being summoned to court. If you wish to defend against the claims set forth in the following pages, which there are 83 of them, You must take action within 20 days after this complaint and notice are served. So this is basically giving your rights. All right. So they're giving your rights under state law. All right. Since this was filed in state court, not federal. The feds are not involved in this. Now, the RICO Act was actually first federal legislation. It was in 1970. It was passed and signed by Nixon. And 33 states, as of now, have their own versions of RICO on their books. So not only does the federal government have a RICO statute, so do a lot of the states. So that these versions of the federal law differ from the state law. So this is being disposed of in state court, not federal. So they're saying you get these papers, you take this to a lawyer at once. If you do not have a lawyer, go to or telephone the office set forth below. This office can provide you with the information about hiring a lawyer. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, this office may be able to provide you with information about agencies that may offer legal services to eligible persons at a reduced fee or no fee. So this goes to the GoFundMe crap. So there's no need for a lengthy GoFundMe page. You can call the number and get a reduced fee lawyer or a free lawyer. There's no need to go on GoFundMe and go grifting. All right. That's just what I'm reading here. Hey, Sarah. There's no need for it. All right. There's no need for a street rat to go take advantage of this and say, oh, give me money. I need to defend myself. No. Let me put this up on the screen just so everyone can see. Just let me get okay. So here we go. It should be up on the screen. So does everyone see that on the complaint? She is eligible for a free lawyer. No need to grift. No need to fundraise. All right. Just call the number and you'll be provided with an attorney, but she needs to grift. Got to make a profit off this. But if the street rat doesn't do this correctly, that could land her in even more legal shit. And I'm not gonna be Tracy. So I'm not gonna give her legal tips on how to evade this whole mess. Because guess what? In my opinion, she deserves everything she gets. All right. Street rat deserves everything she gets. Okay. Am I sorry? Am I sorry I said that? No. after everything she's done over the last few years. Lies to judges to get restraining orders. Lies to a judge. Says, "Oh, I'm so scared for my life, Your Honor." When she's the one antagonizing everyone. She wants to sit there and use the legal system to shut people up. Damn, you know? And then she wants to get sick and gross. You're really disgusting, street rat, all right? Now, so then the next few pages is listing the plaintiffs and where they live. All right. I'm not gonna read that. I'm not gonna sit there and do what Street Rat does and dox people. All right. But I will say one is Dog, the bounty hunter. One is the father of Sebastian Rogers. The other is Brittany J. And a few other names I don't recognize. All right. I recognize, okay, one's Barbecue Lady's the defendant. And we got Street Rat with her address and full name. And we know some of the backgrounds. As set forth below, defendants have engaged in reckless and unlawful actions, including the dissemination of false information, harassment, threats, and interference, which have severely disrupted the search operations. Defendants' actions have caused significant harm, diverted critical resources, and impeded plaintiffs' lawful efforts to locate Sebastian. So, I forgot to mention before, one of the plaintiffs is Bullhorn Betty. And I'm going to be frank with everyone. I think Bullhorn Betty as a plaintiff is a joke. All right. And I'm going to tell everyone why I feel this way. I feel if anyone is going to get hit with a RICO suit, it should be Bullhorn Betty. She shouldn't be filing one with how many plaintiffs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 with 9 others, including Bullhorn Betty. So Bullhorn Betty is the very definition of a tragedy pimp. So when I go through what RICO actually is under the federal definition, she fits the bill 100%. Okay. So what does Bullhorn Betty do on YouTube? People give her money. Her super chat is always ringing. Her Cash App, her PayPal. And what does she do? She crosses state lines in high-profile cases, not to protest on public property. No, she doesn't do that. She couldn't be bothered with that. She comes up with these theories in her head, unproven ones, by the way, and gets on the bullhorn or the blowhorn, and she harasses people in their neighborhoods, harasses the neighbors. All right. She gets people fired from their jobs. She she keeps the neighbors up all night. And she says it's her First Amendment right to harass people. And she calls it a protest. Get the fuck out of here, you know? Get the fuck out of here. Hey, Grunge Truck. Hey, Splash and Fall. Yeah, it's mutual combat, you know, Grunge. Bullhorn Betty is disgusting, all right? I've seen some of her antics on tape. All right. Let's be real here. She's not a saint. She's not a saint. And her being on this lawsuit. Come on here. I'm just being real. Now, I'm not don't take this as defending Street Rat. You I don't like her. I don't like Street Rat. She's a nasty, crusty piece of shit. But so is Bullhorn Betty. I think she's on this lawsuit, in my opinion, to make herself look good. Oh, I'm doing what I can to find Sebastian Rogers. Let's get to that, Grunge. Okay, all right? Let's get to that, all right? So as I said before, the federal RICO statute was passed by Congress in 1970, and the states followed. 33 states followed, and the state statutes vary from the federal one. So the states added offenses or added things to it to make it more of a comprehensive bill. So the RICO stands for Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. All right. And this law was passed to go after organized crime. However, it became apparent that not only organized crime did some of the things that organized crime did. So the law fit some of these crazies, criminals out there. All right. So a lot of the time in this RICO statute, it says criminal enterprise. All right. So enterprise could mean a business or conspiracy. You know, it's been expanded over the years by the courts. All right. I'm no lawyer. I didn't pass the bar. I'm just reading what I'm finding. All right. And there are two remedies for RICO actions. There are civil suits in either federal or state court, depending on which action or which fits. Okay. So drug trafficking would be considered racketeering under this law. All right. Money laundering. So, what is money laundering? Money laundering is hiding illegal money in so-called legitimate businesses that people own. All right. That's money laundering. It's trying to hide the money. All right. That's racketeering under the RICO statute, under the federal one anyway. So let's read racketeering. All right. Examples of other examples under the federal act of racketeering. So a protection racket, that's extortion, where racketeers offer to protect property from damage in exchange for a fee, while threatening, in part or in whole, to execute the kind of damage they claim to be offering protection against. So, in many cities in the U.S., the organized crime would go from house to house collecting monthly rent fees for protection from them. It was like, so that was so if they were caught doing that after 1970, they could be charged with racketeering. So a fencing racket is specializing in the resale of stolen goods. So that's a corrupt enterprise. The theft of lottery tickets, or some money laundering and creative accounting practices that are misused to disguise sources of illegal funds. Organized, coordinated, and repeated or regular theft operations. Pickpocketing, burglary, smash and grab, invasion, gasoline theft, metal theft, train robbery, armed robbery, bank robbery, art theft, terrorism. So here's another one: organized retail crime. So have you ever seen the videos on YouTube or on the news where they go into the store, a bunch of them run into the store and go shoplifting? That they could be charged federally with the RICO. They could be charged with RICO violations. All right, those people in cities that are shoplifting in mass. So a lot of things, a lot of crimes, like in the fraud and embezzlement, like in a group. Chop shop operations. Let's see here. Cigarette smuggling rackets, witness tampering and intimidation. Blah, blah, blah. The list goes on. So this is the federal act. Now, when I read this complaint filed, it seems to be it was filed in federal court, I'd have an issue. All right. But as I said before, states can add crimes or criteria to their state law. That's the approval of Congress. So let me read the definition of a racket for everyone in the house. A racket can mean any criminal scheme or operation with ongoing or recurring profit as defined in the 1970 U.S. RICO Act. Collecting more profit in the middle of this kind of suit before even going before a judge is just dumb. I'm reading from Lycan's community post. So there we go with that, all right? So there is the State Act, all right? Under corrupt organizations. So what did the street rat violate under the state RICO law that they're quoting so much in the court paperwork that I've been reading? Well, it's quite simple. Let me just find the exact number here on findings of fact. So, the vast amounts of money and power accumulated by organized crime are increasingly used to infiltrate and corrupt legitimate businesses operating within the Commonwealth, together with all the techniques of violence, intimidation, and other forms of unlawful conduct through which money and power are derived. So, my take on that is number 3. Okay. So, street rat is using threats, intimidation, and other forms of unlawful conduct, including harassment, just to stay in business on YouTube. So, she's in violation of the state RICO Act. That's why they didn't go federal. They didn't go to a federal courthouse to file this. Because guess what? She violated state law, not federal. All right? So, let me just copy and paste into chat. Yeah, 33. 33, Kit. 33 have RICO laws in the books. All right. Oops, I can't even put this in the chat. It's too big. All right. So let me read it again for everyone. This is the vast amounts of money and power accumulated by organized crime and increasingly used to infiltrate and corrupt legitimate businesses operating within the Commonwealth, together with all the techniques of violence, intimidation, and other forms of unlawful conduct through which such money and power are derived. So in Pennsylvania, you can't be a business owner and sit there and be violent, use intimidation, use harassment just to make a profit. It doesn't matter if you're organized crime or not. The courts have expanded on this, apparently, through case law. So anyone who says, well, she's not, Street Rat's not a corrupt enterprise. She's not a business. She's just a YouTube channel. It doesn't fucking matter. There are things you can do or say on YouTube. I can't say everything I want to on YouTube. Neither can she. I can't sit there and threaten people with violence or intimidation. I can't do that. One, it's illegal. Two, it's wrong. Damn. And then we have her followers saying, oh, but Street Rat can say whatever the fuck she wants to. Really? You think because she's Street Rat, she can sit there and talk about people's kids? Oh, that's all right for her to do it. She's allowed to go after people's family members, dead family members. She can go after men in her life she don't like. Go real life on people. It's all right because they like Street Rat for some fucking reason. I don't get it. I don't want to try to understand a bunch of psychotic bitches. All right. It's a weird fact. Some of these people like Street Rat. All right. As much as over here just want to cringe at her, there are some people that like her for her. It's like, ew. Yeah, it can be it could be used either way. It doesn't you don't have to you don't have to be a member of organized crime. You don't have to for these laws to apply. This is what these people, a lot of these people over at Street Rats are low IQ. All right. I think what this is just a theory of mine, but I think here's what I think. I think they, what do you call it? They identify with her in some strange, disgusting way. You know, they identify with her being stupid, not that bright. She tries to do true crime and fails. She makes a fool of herself. It's something one of her subs would do. Yeah, and what they're doing, Kit, and what they're doing in this lawsuit is they're going by state law, not federal. They're going by the Pennsylvania statutes, not by the federal. So the people who are going in to comment sections and saying, well, the feds are involved. No, they're not. This is a complaint filed by 9 people in state civil court. Get that straight. So, street rats, I think they identify with her because she's stupid. She's cringe. They're immoral. They get a kick out of people getting, what do you call it? Brutalized for no reason. That's, and they get mad because then they have lichen derangement syndrome because he proved her to be a liar each and every time. Let's be real here. Let's be fucking real. So let's get through this complaint. I'm just gonna go through it. So let me continue from where I left off. So Bullhorn Betty's here. She's one of the plaintiffs. I don't think she should have fought with everyone else. It makes the suit look bad, in my opinion. So this is all about finding Sebastian Rogers, the missing 15-year-old, last seen on February 25th, 2024 in Henderson, Tennessee. So ask yourself this. Is taking this to court going to help find a missing 15-year-old? No. Now, if you want justice against a nasty street rat and barbecue lady for the shit they pull, go ahead and file. But here's what this is what annoys me. Don't sit there and make it out to be for a missing 15-year-old kid when this is not what it's about. You're holding a street rat's feet to the fire for what she's doing. Don't make it out to be about finding a kid. Fuck that. I don't buy it. So yeah, okay. We all know Street Rat sits there and lies on her live streams. We all know that. She disseminates false information. She harasses people. She makes threats and infers threats. And then they complain, oh, it severely disrupted the search operations. Defendants' actions have caused significant harm, diverted critical resources, and impeded plaintiffs' lawful efforts to locate Sebastian. Oh, come on here. Couldn't you just ignore a little street rat? No, I'm glad you're taking her. I'm glad you're taking her to court. Don't get me wrong, but just don't sit here and pretend it's about a 15-year-old kid. No, why don't you just admit? Okay, why don't you just admit that a street rat harassed you, threatened you, interfered, and you want blood? Just admit it. Why don't they just admit it? And this is what this action's really about. Okay? I have more respect. So now they go talk about the disappearance of the missing teenager. All right. I'm not really going to get into that because I don't buy this is what it's about. Okay. We all know that Street Rat turned into a two-faced tragedy pimp. We already knew she was two-faced before, but does anyone that really knows Street Rat expect her to tell the truth about anything? So now that what they're doing is they're showing Exhibit 9, 8, 10, 11, 12. About the Sebastian Rogers case. Okay. So now they're so now here we go. So Bullhorn Betty is complaining about the restraining order she violated. And it wasn't supposed to be. She's complaining about the restraining orders. She got 7 of them. And she violated them. It's not our problem, Bullhorn Betty. It's not our fucking problem. So you're suing, you're blaming it all on Street Rat and Barbecue Lady. All right, whatever. Fine. Whatever. You know. Whatever, you know. This is so let's get to the nitty-gritty, shall we? So now they're okay, now we're on exhibit 37. All right. So we're gonna go down. We're gonna go down to the allegations. All right. Oh, here's one. All right. So the father accuses Street Rat of completely twisting his words, portraying him as an insincere, manipulative, and unfit parent. So of course she's going to say that. She needs content. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about, in my opinion, you know? So then the claim is inciting further harassment from defendant Street Rat's audience. Is her last name, but defendant Street Rat mocks Mr. Rogers for stating, I just want a divorce so I can start again, turning this into an opportunity to paint him as someone dismissive of his responsibilities. She sarcastically thanks him for being so nice during the divorce, encouraging our audience to hold him as deceitful. So they attached Exhibit 52 to prove that, all right? So distortion of his comments reflects the broader strategy of the enterprise with defendants Street Rat and Barbecue Lady coordinating efforts to undermine victims' credibility through mockery, manipulation, defamation as tools of harassment. Okay, so defendant Street Rat's persistent sarcasm goes beyond mere commentary. It is a tactic used to diminish Mr. Rogers' character and portray him as trustworthy, echoing the sarcastic attacks frequently employed by Barbecue Lady and other members of the enterprise, where sarcasm is weaponized to belittle and the audience is encouraged to join in on the public degradation. So Street Rat basically lies, makes shit up on Sebastian Ryder's father, accusing him of drug use, neglect, irresponsibility, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So even if the RICO doesn't apply here, all right, even if it doesn't Pennsylvania law prohibit harassment, defamation, slander, libel, cyberbullying, stalking? Aren't those civil offenses as well as some of them are criminal? So even if the RICO by a judge is declared not feasible, they got another route to go. You got all these accusations of so there's two defendants here, all right? One's Barbecue Lady, one's Street Rat. I'm sure that Queen Bee will be number 3 soon. So that's what she gets for letting a scumbag like Jessica up on panel. And you know, it's sad, really. If you want to go down, just team up with a Street Rat. So here's a good example in the paperwork. Under Pennsylvania law, fraud occurs when a party knowingly makes false representations with the intent to induce others to act. So, Barbecue Lady's public solicitations of funds based on the false claim that she needed $25,000 to retain a federal attorney for ongoing litigation constitutes fraudulent misrepresentation. Despite receiving only a cease and desist letter, which does not constitute litigation, Barbecue Lady knowingly implied that she was under legal threat to justify her fundraising campaign. You see what's going on here? So Street Rat goes to GoFundMe, all right? And she says, well, I did nothing wrong, just unpopular commentary. Really? Grifting. Let's see here. Harassment, defamation, threats. It's all right. It's all okay. It's all right. So we're gonna go to Brittany J. All right. Why she's suing? I think she has a better case here. So under her, she's quoting Pennsylvania law, the Corrupt Organizations Act. Okay. And she gives so she's claiming concerted effort to defame, harass, and intimidate Brittany J. as a broader coordinated attack with her associates. These statements are not isolated incidents, but rather a form of sustained campaign of targeted harassment, threats, defamation, violating both Pennsylvania and federal laws and fitting into a pattern of conduct that constitutes part of a corrupt enterprise under Corrupt Organizations Act in 18. Oh, I guess it does violate. Okay, and the Pennsylvania RICO Act. So there's two laws that are violated in Pennsylvania. So in her live stream, defendant Street Rat directly threatened Brittany J, stating, "I will make you a fucking victim. You want to go legal? I will give you a reason to go legal." Well, you have crossed every fucking boundary there is. So this lasted 16 minutes and 54 seconds. So this is exhibit 54. So she's making, Street Rat is making illegal threats here. How lovely, isn't it? Okay, that one. Okay, the next comment that's in these papers. You are a lazy piece of shit. I don't speak on you, Brittany. I don't fucking talk about you. That's just nasty, all right? Not illegal. All right. Okay, now there's 54. Blah, blah. Let's see here. So, Brittany J is accusing Street Rat of spreading false and inflammatory narratives, implying that Brittany neglects and abuses her own children. You won't find bags under my kids' eyes. You won't ever catch me driving with my children unbuckled, standing up. So that clip lasted 44 seconds, is attached as exhibit 56. Now, I never seen proof that Brittany J ever abused her kids. I'll say that right here, right now. So, no, Lauren. Okay, Snooker. This is a serious filing, but this isn't nothing. Okay, so Street Rat is in trouble. So in America, you could sue somebody for money, or you could take them to court and get court orders on them. So apparently these people are suing two people, including a dirty little street rat, for not for damages, but they're trying to get a particular street rat to stop it. But I don't think any court order is going to stop this bitch. I'll just be serious, you know. She's going to say no court's going to tell me what to do, and So all I see here is threats. So here's Bullhorn Betty. This is a joke, all right? So count one: defamation, harassment, and intentional infliction of emotional distress against Bullhorn Betty. Blah blah blah. So isn't that what you do, Bullhorn Betty? Defamation, harassment, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Yeah, you do. And you're suing someone else for doing the same thing. So they say that both defendants engaged in a well-coordinated campaign of defamation, harassment, and intimidation. This campaign involved multiple people acting in concert to damage her reputation, disrupt her work, and instill fear in her daily life. Really? Come on here. You do the exact same thing, Bullhorn Betty. Oh, the hypocrisy here. So, here's the thing with Bullhorn Betty. She ruined her own reputation. She disrupted her own work. Did Street Rat and her little friends instill fear in her daily life? Perhaps. All right. They're bitches over there. Okay. Okay. All right. Here's the irony here. Number 158. Defendant Street Rat initially targeted Miss Bullhorn Betty in 2021, with the attacks intensifying as BHB's profile grew, particularly in a high-profile investigation of Sebastian and Rogers in March of 2024. Street Rat labeled Bullhorn Betty a tragedy pimp and a grifter and disseminated false information. Let me tell you something, Bullhorn Betty. We all call you a tragedy pimp. All right? Just this being real here. We all call you one. So what are you going to do? Sue me too for calling you a tragedy pimp and a grifter? Yeah, I'll say this. Street Rat probably borrowed that from us, but she doesn't have an original thought. Anything. So okay. Now this part might be actionable, all right? The rest is so thinking of Bullhorn Betty as a tragedy pimp and a grifter might be just an opinion, all right? That's my opinion of Bullhorn Betty. Okay. So, making false reports to law enforcement, according to Bullhorn Betty, that a little street rat, filthy, did. I wonder if she has any proof of this. You know, I'm sure, yeah, because Street Rat has a history of going in real life. We all know this. I hope she has proof. That number 159 might be the one that's actionable here. All right, for Bullhorn Betty. The judge would probably laugh at 157, 158. Okay. Don't need your help, Lauren. Don't need your help. I'm sure you are a bitch, Lauren. We know you're a bitch. What do you want me to do about it? It's not my problem. If you're hungry, go to social services for food stamps. Or go to the food pantry, you know? So let's come down here. Just went through. So Bullhorn Betty's claiming infliction of emotional distress. Oh, please. I don't know if that even exists because Judge Judy used to not award damages for that. So okay, so 162 is claiming doxing by Street Rat. I wouldn't doubt that. Now, I would love to see proof of a dirty little street rat and her followers sending threatening messages. Now, if she has proof of that, whoa, you're in trouble, street rat. Criminal threats are against the law if you didn't know that. So 166, all right. Defendant Street Rat and Barbecue Lady conspire with other individuals, including online personas such as Queen Bee and Burnt Now, to engage in a concerted defamation campaign aimed at discrediting Bullhorn Betty. This conspiracy involved agreeing to defame Bullhorn Betty and encouraging others to participate in coordinated harassment, meeting the evidence of civil conspiracy under 18 PACS 903. So, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, so I can't exactly comprehend under the law what is enough to constitute a conspiracy under Pennsylvania law. So, but a conspiracy is between more than one person. I can tell you that. So I think maybe that's the definition the courts use. Just saying. I don't know if it has to be. Oh yeah, conspiracy to commit murder can be between two people. All right. I'm just thinking to myself. So what business does Bullhorn Betty actually have? So she says she claims actual financial harm. see her declaration, this, and this. Blah, blah, blah. Now she's okay, so Queen Bee is actually being mentioned here, all right? So this is where RICO under the state is being. So this is actually criminal enterprise, aka conspiracy. So Street Rat, Barbecue Lady, Queen Bee, and Burnt Now. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 organized campaign targeting Bullhorn Betty. But in my opinion, Bullhorn Betty is not far from innocent here. So I don't know how that's going to play out in a courtroom. You know, if it's a civil hearing like this, it's a judge that decides based on the preponderance of the evidence who's right and who's wrong. You know, it's not. It doesn't go to a jury trial. I don't think it does. You know, it only goes to a jury trial if it's like for damages or something. Then it would go to trial, and a jury would decide. But I don't think it would go to a jury trial if it was actually if they're asking for court orders, suing for no damages. You probably have to ask an actual lawyer on that. I'm not completely sure. So, on how that would work. So, we have other plaintiffs making claims. It's the same old thing: harassment, defamation, obstruction of justice, intimidation of a witness. You name it, that they're accused of it. So damn. Damn it, you know. So do the people that are saying, "Oh, this is unfair to Street Rat." So I'm gonna read which actually definitely has merit. All right. So harassment, defamation, possible conspiracy, obstruction of justice, intimidation of a witness or victim. Now, stalking may apply, retaliation against a witness or victim. These are crimes. These are actual criminal offenses in most states in the country. So if someone files a lawsuit, yeah, those could be actionable separately than a RICO lawsuit. So if they don't get Street Rat on RICO, there's a chance that they might not get her on RICO. But if they don't, they can get her on all those other counts in the complaint. So well, I think they're I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know what their strategy is, but they could be playing it both ways. They could be saying, okay, we have a RICO complaint along with other allegations, and they're just throwing what they have at the wall and seeing what sticks. So I think, and another reason why I think that Street Rats fan base is so upset is because many of them are guilty of this. Going around harassing people for a little street rat. They may be scared that they'll go down too. So I don't know. So I don't know what that would actually be considered a criminal enterprise, but conspiracy, yeah, because she's working with Bert now and Queen Bee, barbecue lady. Yeah, there's more than enough players in this whole enchilada to there's enough people involved to probably conclude, okay, something to this. You got 4 shitholes on an organized harassment campaign. So I just wanted to go over this lawsuit and give my thoughts on it. There's a good chance that the plaintiffs can win both all the claims on it. There's a chance that some counts may just be dismissed but due to lack of evidence. There's anything in these court proceedings can happen. It depends on what the quality and burden of proof is that they have. I don't know, but I don't have any sympathy for you, Street Rat. All right. Don't you think that because I find a few things wrong or I have a few concerns about, doesn't mean I'm supporting you. All right. So just don't I can't stand you. So all right, everyone. I'm gonna thank everyone for coming tonight. And I'll see everyone next time. So bye-bye now.